Welcome everyone to the Nerd Nook. I'm your host Evan Teague, with like always the man who's officially coming out this holiday for $49.99, Noah Bailey. So it's been a few weeks since we had our last podcast, meaning that there's a lot to talk about, but I would feel bad if we didn't start this episode at least mentioning the very sudden and kind of depressing passing of Chadwick Boseman, of all people.
Yeah, dude, I did not think this was real.
No.
My friend said this to me, and I was like, I get Black Panthers, I get it, but he comes back. No, he's actually dead. Wait, what? Oh,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, it was out of nowhere.
43 years old, died of colon
Yeah.
cancer. Even Kevin Feige didn't know it.
Yeah, nobody apparently knew about this at all. Like, oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, I don't even know, like, how to
It's just,
yeah.
I don't know.
Like, it's one of those things, like, this might come off a little cruel, but there are certain actors or certain people that you're like, if they died, you're like, yeah, that's sad, but they were 85 years old, so it's like, they're sad, but
Yeah.
like, you know, even when Stan Lee died, it was super sad, but like, he was 95 or something. Like,
Yeah, like you knew it was coming sooner or later.
I didn't want it to come ever, but you eventually knew, like, within the next couple of years, probably, like, and now is the time, sure, but he was 43 years old. Like, this is...
And didn't even look that old, really.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, oh, man. Like, yeah, it just...
And, like, the fact that he still performed as well as he did under so much pain for 4 years of Marvel movies and,
Yeah.
and like, other movies aside from that, like, it... Man, just...
Yeah, I know. Like, he had to be in such good shape for all these movies still and all this stuff while battling all this.
Yeah,
It's
he was in his acting prime, and it
I had no idea.
yeah,
Man.
it sucks. It really does.
Yeah.
I don't. We are not going to talk about what what we're going to do about Black Panther now. It's not even like out there 3 weeks. No, it's not the time. Like, it's
No. Well,
that's
yeah.
not for us to decide. That's not for us to even speculate. Like, just honor his legacy. That's
Yeah.
whatever they do, even if they recast whatever, it doesn't matter. Just let it happen. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, it's a little disrespectful for people, because there are so many people that were like, their initial reaction was, "What about Black Panthers? Like, this is a human being." Like,
Yeah, it's like, dude, like, like forget the movie universe for a second. Like, this real person is dead. Like, and like, granted, it is an iconic character, but it's also like we can worry about the movie aspect later. Let's,
Yeah.
The person.
yeah. So, to his family, all his fans, just everyone who was ever loved him or could love him, like, it's, very sad that he's passing. So, yeah. Anything else you want to say before we move on past that?
Just no, I mean that's pretty much it. It sucks, but like life is short, and you never know. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So, moving on to the actual fun stuff, I guess. So, that movie Mulan, the
Yes.
remake of the highly acclaimed Disney animated movie from 1998, I think.
98, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's 98. Yeah.
So the live action remake is out on Disney Plus for $29.99.
Right.
It's very, very, very bad. Like offensively bad.
Like you've seen it and everything.
I've seen like 4 different reviews of it. I'm not paying $30 for this thing. No.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm not paying for this. Like,
I'm not paying for it. Just, I needed other people who I respect their opinion to watch it first and be like, even if it were in actual theaters, I wouldn't pay the $15 ticket for this movie. Essentially, spoilers. Who cares? It's Mulan. Spoilers. Essentially,
you've seen the movie. You know how this goes.
They do the stupid Disney thing where they insist on making every single female character in their movies like essentially Jedis. Like, they can do no wrong. They just have these like magic, not like magic power, but they're just like special for no reason. They just like are born gifted, and I feel like that just kind of diminishes the whole feminist thing they're trying to go for. If like, because people like Rey, yeah, she is this very strong independent character, but like I always kind of get the sense like she's only this strong because she was born this powerful with the Force, and I feel like that kind of undermines the whole like women can do anything as long as they're born special. That just kind of, I don't know, that seems a little iffy. Mulan, like, kind of takes that a step further, where she, in this world of Mulan now, essentially every person has like a level of chi inside of them, and men have the ability to like utilize chi better, to fight better, and women who know how to utilize chi are seen as witches. So Mulan was born with like a super enhanced midichlorian count or whatever.
That's what I was like, midichlorian stuff sounds like this is not and, I've seen this before. I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, and her father like tried to train her when she was younger, but then she did some like special, she was trying to chase after a chicken or something, and like she like jumped up onto a roof and like did like super like epic parkour stuff to get back down, which was badly edited and badly shot. Like it looked like, how everyone makes fun of the Jason Bourne movies for being like 40 different cuts just to make an action scene.
Yeah, and like take it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like the director of Assassin's Creed, which is a garbage movie. Like all the same problems are in this too. Like her just jumping down from a roof, like she jumps, cuts to a different angle, he finally lands, cuts to a different angle, she stands up, like, oh my god, stop.
Like there were so many cuts I didn't see what actually happened.
Yeah. So after she did that, all the people in the town like shunned her and like said like she'll never grow up to be a good woman because she has this magic or whatever. It's like, that's so dumb. Like I can't get behind that, especially since I don't love comparing the original animated movies to the live action ones in most contexts, or like when remakes in general. But when it's a Disney movie and you're basically making a shot for shot remake, just adding some stuff, I'm gonna compare them. I have to.
Right.
The original Mulan was just a kind of normal woman who felt it was her duty to take the place of her dad, and that her drive to like bring honor that way is what made her special. She wasn't like inherently a better fighter. She was just kind of crafty and really driven.
Just driven, yeah. Like that's all there is to it.
Here, she's already special from the jump, and like she's only as good a fighter as the men because she is special. That just seems so wrong to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, there are a myriad of other different issues with that movie, which you will get to experience for free on December 3rd.
Wait, so it's becoming free in December?
Yes.
Then what? Then why am I even paying for it? Like, there's no spoilers. You've already seen Mulan, so like, you can't. No one's gonna spoil the movie for me.
You're
so
right.
I just wait. I'm not gonna pay $30 and then what? 3 months it's gonna be free.
Yep.
Like, no, that's stupid.
I don't know. They had to make their money somehow. Like, this is a $125 million movie. I get it. But they announced or somewhere it was announced that it would be, released in December, a day or like hours before it released on Disney Plus. Like, this was information that came out before it even released. So why would
was that leaked or like by Disney?
I'm not sure. I think it was Variety.com that announced it. So it might have been like something that came out too early, or there was a leak. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna watch it for free, definitely.
Yes.
But I'm not paying $30 just to pay for this weirdly edited, weirdly paced, weirdly acted, just with a weird story, with the main character who is played by by an actress who was anti Hong Kong protesters. Like, that's just, how are you anti-democracy and then ended up in a big budget Disney movie? That doesn't make sense to me, but whatever, it's fine. I don't mean to get political. I feel like that's not that right. I feel like,
I mean, you say that, but then someone's like, "Oh," like, so I feel like that's just like an everything we can all agree on. But you'd be surprised. But
yeah.
honestly, but yeah, back to the movie though. It's like I feel like I don't understand why we're adding and changing things. It's like,
I don't know.
I mean, yes, the idea of just making the same movie just with real people does seem kind of bland without changing something. But it's like, I feel like if you're going to change something, maybe make it minor.
Yeah.
And not like the entire world building of the movie. The reason, it's like,
you can take Mushu out of the movie. Sure, whatever. Yeah. But changing Mulan's character it fundamentally makes it a worse movie. Just especially, the way they changed it. You can change her in other ways and it'd probably be fine.
Right.
But the way they did it was bad. So.
Yeah, because it makes Mulan less special and more. I mean, by trying to make her more special, they make it less special. And
because like I said, every single strong independent woman character in Disney movies are like this now, and like, I don't even know if that's an intentional choice to make them that way, but it's just kind of a trend. Captain Marvel, Rey Skywalker, even Beauty, what's her name, Bella from Beauty and the Beast was kind of like this. Like, she just had this like inherent ability of being very smart and like whatnot, and all of the townsfolk like didn't like her because of that, or like leave the inventing and leave the reading to men. Like, that's, I don't know, that just doesn't sit right with me. Maybe if I was a woman, I would look at it differently, but it just seems like they're trying too hard to be feminist, and that kind of makes it not feminist. I don't know.
Yeah. By trying to make people more special, it makes it less special, because it feels like you're only able to be special with something special happening to you. You can't just be a normal person and be special.
Yeah, I don't know. I am very looking forward to watching this movie with a big bowl of popcorn with someone who, either my old roommate, if we ever that happens again, or my brother, who just loves watching bad movies, just having a great time watching it. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm kind of excited for the Honest trailer. I want to see what they say about it, because I don't know, this seems like something they would just roast. Mm-hmm. So this could be good.
Yeah, could be. Okay. Speaking of stuff that's going to be good, Chris Hemsworth has apparently gone on the record saying that he is not planning on leaving the MCU after Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh.
So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So now, does that mean he doesn't want to, or like he won't? Because just because he's not planning on it doesn't mean like, hey man, this is your last ride.
I don't know. I feel like because he already is getting one extra movie than the other actors that had their contract end and they decided to walk away. So the fact that he got one extra movie anyway makes me think that his contract probably allows him to come back for at least like 3 or 4 more movies before they start a new contract. And Chris Hemsworth is only 39, maybe 40. Like, he's still got some more Thor left in him, and like, just because Jane Foster is also Thor doesn't mean that he can't still be Thor, or at least a major character in these movies.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, I don't see why not. I like his character. I just like, as a person, he seems like a cool guy. Like, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, and he said that the table read for Thor: Love and Thunder, he liked that script more than he did Thor Ragnarok, and he was like, which is surprising because I love Thor Ragnarok. I love working on Thor Ragnarok. He's like, yeah, that's fantastic.
That's a good sign, because again, Thor Ragnarok, great movie. So this is good. This is good.
Yeah.
This is good.
So yeah, like again, it was one of those classic things where like when Jane Foster was confirmed to be Thor in Thor 4, people were like, why are they replacing every male character with a female character? And I'm like, Thor might still be around. It whatever. And apparently he will be. Like, 2 Thors. Why are you complaining?
I'm not mad. Like,
Okay. In other nerd news, Wonder Woman 1984 has unfortunately been pushed from its fourth release date of October 3rd to Christmas.
okay, yeah, because it was originally like, I don't even remember what
Originally, it was going to be December 2019. Then it was moved up to November 2019. Then it was
Right.
delayed to June of this year. Then it was delayed to October of this year. Now it's delayed to December.
Okay, yeah, so we're just. I mean, again, gotta do what you gotta do, but
Yeah, but I want it now.
I know. No, but still, I mean, they worked hard on this. They really wanting that box office release, hoping things are maybe chill by Christmas. Will they be? I don't know. I kind of hope so, but also I'm realizing that like just because you want something to go away doesn't mean it goes away.
No, it's absolutely not.
No, so it might be a while, but
it easily could get pushed again. Like,
yeah,
apparently Black Widow recently got its release date of November 10th, maybe? Whatever. Like sometime in November. It apparently been like reconfirmed. But then like a few days later there were rumors that they're planning on moving it or putting it Disney Plus anyways. So I don't know, even if that movie's coming out this year. I don't know.
I wonder if Mulan like kind of flopping, if it does kind of officially flop, is that going to affect whether or not they keep it on Disney Plus or not?
Yeah, I don't know.
With
Mulan is currently doing garbage in China theaters. Like
that was like their main.
That was everything they went into this movie they specifically tailored to the Chinese market.
Rip.
And it's not doing great for a myriad of reasons, mainly COVID, but also it's just a bad movie. So
yeah.
So if it does decently on Disney Plus, and if they see that Tenet and other movies that are out, like New Mutants, I don't think that's doing very well. for a myriad of reasons.
Yeah. I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, finally came out late August for some reason.
Wait, it really did? Wait, where is it?
Where is it? It's out. It's one of those things where like it had a lot of advertising up until the day after. I haven't seen a single Twitter advertisement, no YouTube advertisement, nothing since.
Yeah, that's the universal sign for this movie tanked.
Yeah, same with Tenet. Like this was the next great Christopher Nolan movie, and it came out at a bad time. It's just is what it is.
Timing is everything with these movies, man. Like right now, don't do it. It's not worth it. Your movie will suffer, no matter how good it could have been. It will suffer. Don't do it. I know we need money, but still.
Like even if Tenet were a good movie, I haven't really seen enough reviews to go one way or the other. A lot of people are like, it's confusing, which it's Nolan, so sure.
I'm about to say.
Yeah, like even his most direct movie, The Dark Knight, or even Batman Begins, are still pretty confusing. Even if it were good, it's still not a good enough reason to leave your house, go into a crowded theater, even if there's social distancing in there. Like not doing it.
No.
I'm not staying in a box for 2.5 hours. It's just not happening. Definitely not to see New Mutants of all things. Wonder Woman, maybe. New Mutants, no.
No, definitely not.
No. Speaking of movies that may or may not come out this year, Fast and Furious 9, whatever,
Yeah.
One of the actors was interviewed recently. I think it was Ludacris. He was interviewed, and he kind of made the offhand comment, "Yeah, this is the movie. They finally did it. They finally took the Fast and the Furious franchise to space." I'm like, sure, why not?
How? Okay, no. Okay, I just want to say this now. I swear, if there's a scene where like they drive a car in space, but the windows are up so they survive or something, I swear, I'm so done with that. Because I can see that like they have a little like cord on the back of a car, drive it off like an International Space Station or a shuttle or something.
Like
and
the villain is like using a rocket to go into space to take over the moon or some crap, and then they're driving up. Yep.
They go to space, and then they fall back to Earth.
Like in a ball of fire, they like land like on a ramp, and they're fine.
Yeah, like a parachute, and like perfectly land on a drag strip or something. It's just like.
I mean, Tyrese in an interview did say that these people basically have superpowers now, so like, sure, why not?
I mean, at this point, they do. I mean, didn't like in Hobbs and Shaw, didn't he like catch a helicopter or something, or like hold a car up by like
that was Dwayne Johnson? But
I get that, but also like you would have got ripped in half. Like, there's no way.
I mean, Idris Elba's character had implants that literally made him Black Superman. So.
But still, like, how did y'all? I don't know. Like, I didn't even see that, so I don't know how they figured it out. But I'm just like, yo.
I want to at some point.
I do. But it's funny because like one of my friends loves like all the movies. He loves all of them, the racing ones and the crazy ones. He loves them all, and I'm just kind of like, how do you even do? Like, how do you like sit with a straight face and be like, yeah, that's legit? Like, I understand it's a movie. It's like supposed to be ridiculous, but it's just how serious everyone is the whole time.
Yeah,
that throws me off.
Yeah, I don't know.
John Cena's apparently his brother this whole time, and it's like, oh, come on.
Nothing.
The one other giant muscular. Okay, Terry Crews is also related to Dwayne Johnson. Next movie, probably. Like,
yeah, probably.
Every other muscular person in Hollywood. Like, come on, like, great. But but you know, if they do go to space, I gotta see that though. I just want to see what
they can pull it off. Sure.
I don't know how they would make that work. I mean, work? But I mean, they had what? I mean, ever since the cars went skydiving, I've been out. Like, I can't.
Yeah. They gotta one up themselves every movie. They have to.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of cool. I wish they had like I wonder if it like had like different directors like trying to like, all right, he went and like, all right, they did this, so we got to do this. Okay, they did this, so we got to go on a submarine. Okay, they got a submarine, so we got to go in the air. Okay, he went there, we got to go space. Like, I don't know if it's like that or I don't know. It's just so wild.
Probably, but I don't.
Probably, but like, wow. If you're just reading the script, you're like, okay, and then they get on the space. What? Okay. Like rocket-powered Lamborghinis or something. Like, I don't know how they're gonna try to do this one. That'd be cool to see.
Yeah.
For like a little bit, and then it's like that was
wild. Moving back to DC for a second, Young Justice Season 4 has officially been announced as Young Justice Phantoms.
Saw this yesterday. This is cool because I see this and I'm like, well. They gotta do something with Jason Todd and maybe Wally West.
Maybe.
Because, again, you never know.
I was fully expecting for him to come back at the end of Season 3, but he didn't.
Right?
But, I mean, they haven't done the thing yet where everyone forgot Wally West existed, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, because I remember in, like, some vision or some trip that Beast Boy was on, he was remembering like memories he had with Wally West or something. But if in Season 4 at some point like everyone just kind of collectively forgot about Wally, like they did in the comics, and then go from there, I think this title would definitely fit that as well.
Wild. Oh man.
Yeah, Jason Todd is absolutely going to be a major main
Yeah,
protagonist.
because we had the little cameo earlier, and even Damien for some reason I was like, oh well, okay,
He was there.
but he was a
Damien.
baby. Talia was
Right.
holding a baby, so
Right.
you assume, but
Mm-hmm.
like still, it's like, oh wow, we're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not mad because all the other I'm not mad because Tim Drake's in the show, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm not upset this time.
Yeah, we still got
But,
Nightwing. We got a Batgirl or two. Like, yeah, we're good. Yeah.
I mean, we get spoiler. I mean, all these other we got a lot of even Harper Row was even a character for an episode. I don't
Oh
think
yeah.
she's like got her Blue Jay, I believe is her
Mm-hmm.
alias, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's got that. That's probably going to happen this coming season or maybe in between seasons. I don't know,
Right.
but we'll
I
see. How did you feel about the third season though?
I liked it. I know a lot of people online didn't really like it as much. I felt like it for okay. So it might sound a little weird, but like if this season had come a year or two immediately after season two, like it normally would, I think it would have been completely fine. No one would be upset. But because it came so long after, people had their expectations so high, and like it was good, it just wasn't as grandiose as people were expecting. Like Darkseid was around, what's his name? Vandal Savage was in space doing his thing, but like it wasn't really their presences weren't really felt really. There were just other things going on. Like Granny Goodness was a weird through line villain. Like yeah, she is apocalyptic, but she's not Darkseid or Steppenwolf level. It's just kind of it felt like just a little. This is kind of like a stopgap season for like world building stuff,
Yeah.
which I think is fine. But for waiting 5-6 years, however long it was between seasons, it was a little weak. But I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it too. I thought it was. I did like kind of. I like the idea of like how they had like the anti-life equation kind of becoming like. I liked how that was kind of the idea, and I also liked what it did. Like it was really cool because like honestly, for a while I didn't really know what the anti-life equation was. Because I remember like it was teased at the end of that Justice League show, and it's kind of like, oh, what is this? But now it's like, oh, it's like that. That's like the most dark side thing ever.
Yeah.
That makes total sense. But it's also like interesting how it was like using Violet / Halo / I forgot her other name, but it was like it was like using her powers against her with the Mother
Right.
Box thing, and like I like that Cyborg felt kind of weird to me. It was a little like it. I don't know. Like,
I liked how by the end of the season, his cyborginess like took over the majority of his body.
That was cool.
Yeah, I was a little worried. Like, what is it just gonna be his face and one arm? But like, no, it was most of him by the end of it.
Yeah, and I like it like progressed as he like figured it out, or it kind of took control over him, which was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And like I do like how like I think it is kind of confusing, but I do like how like there's like the sub teams, but like there's
loved the sub teams so much. Like
Yeah.
the big reveal of like like probably like 2/3 way through the show of like Batman just having the entire
Everybody.
plan, like everything went exactly how he planned.
It's so great because that's what Batman does. He's like, oh, I quit, but secretly I'm running all of this. Was
Secretly,
all
I'm
part of
running
the plan.
with
Everyone
Nightwing,
was
I'm
in on
running
it.
all of Young Justice. I'm running an entire separate Batman Incorporated like thing over
so
here.
bad.
Every single villain,
It's
every
so
single thing that's happened, I knew would happen. I planned for it to happen. And like the Nightwing and Batman are just kind of casually explaining to one of them. It's like, yeah, what do you expect? This like, yeah, we're doing this. Like,
Yeah, and she's like, "Are you all just cool with this?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, kind of." Like, what was just like, what? How are we? Like,
this is
why
how
are
I
you
do
all
on
like,
Batman. Like,
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it is Batman, so like, you gotta like, it's just so funny how it's like, literally there's like at this point there's like 5 different teams. There's literally the Justice League. There's the team. There's now the Outsiders.
Right.
There's Batman Incorporated. There's like 4, maybe 5 teams. And then Batman's literally planning all of it. And it's like, dude, this guy is crazy. Like, oh man. And I love the episode where they like set up Lex Luthor with like the whole outsider, where they like manipulate the outsiders to do this thing. They get and like no one knows about it. And at the
and
end,
Lex
they reveal
Luthor
it,
is,
and it's
one of the
like,
smartest people on the planet, and for them to just casually be like, "Yeah, we set Lex Luthor up," like, oh my god, like, wow.
yeah. And I love the line that he says where he's like, Lex will know this is a setup, but knowing and proving are two different things. And I'm like, that is so true.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's not stupid. Like, he knows, like, something happened.
Mhm.
But it's like, I think he's like the UN head
Yeah.
secretary or something like that. So, like, obviously, the whole world's watching you. Like, you can't convince them all. And even if you did, you have to still, like, reveal stuff about yourself to convince them what happened. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of
Like
like,
he would, because it's crazy how in this universe we are so deep into the world of this universe, and Lex Luthor is still not revealed to be a criminal mastermind.
like he's getting promotions as the season's going on, and he's getting worse and worse as a villain. And it's like, how this guy literally sold this planet out, like twice at this point. Like, and he's like, now he's like, right, like the head of the UN. Like, how did this happen? And I love that. Like, I just like the world building of the show because like Atlantis and Themyscira have people on the UN. It's like all this stuff is so cool. And like, I don't know. It's just, that's what I love about the show. The world building, everything feel like it's huge, but it doesn't feel too convoluted all the time. And I like that a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah. And also, I love how this show like plays with your expectations so much with certain characters. Like, for example, Cyborg. Everyone of their mother who's seen Teen Titans knows what Cyborg sounds like, and literally half of the named characters in Young Justice are played by Cyborg's voice actor. I can never remember his name, but like
that's Carrie Payton, I believe.
Payton.
I think that's right.
Yes, sure, yeah. They're
half
half like. If so, every male character who's not played by Troy Baker or Nolan North is probably played by him.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's him.
So like, there's a scene where after a big football game, a guy that looks and sounds exactly like Cyborg from Teen Titans is saying "booyah" and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then he's, what is Cyborg's like real name?
Victor Stone.
Yeah, and then like, Victor, come over here. It's like, wait, you're not Victor? You look and sound just like him. We've all like built up in our head like, okay, we know this guy is attached to this world, so like, to this show. Yeah, he's not gonna be actually like, okay, sure, why not? I'm fine with it.
He literally plays like every black character except Cyborg. He plays Aqualad, Black Manta, Black Lightning, literally
Guardian.
Yeah, Guardian, like everyone. Like, oh, that's hilarious. I think they had to do that on purpose.
Oh
like,
yeah,
they had to know.
Also, part of that might have been because, per union laws, a voice actor can be taken on to a show and they can have 3 voices before they are paid more. Like,
right, yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah, so probably that might have just been because they wanted to subvert expectations with that, and also they didn't want to be like, okay, if we have Cyborg voiced by him, we can't also have Black Lightning and Guardian and whoever else we would want. We would be too limited because we want him to be a main character, so we can't have. Yeah, like that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, it's
like they were already pushing it, having Nolan North play both Superman and Superboy. So.
Yeah, I think I learned that. I think there was an interview with Kevin Conroy where I heard that, where he's like, so they want to get their most out of their money, so like I'll be playing obviously Batman, and it's like, oh, and you're also guard number 3, and he's like, oh, okay.
Can I also play guard number 2? No, it's too many.
Yeah, no. It's like, whoa. It's like, wait, does Batman and Bruce Wayne count as 1 or 2? Because these are different voices, and it's like, that was a great interview. That dude is hilarious. Oh man, but yeah, Young Justice. Like I'm excited about this upcoming season. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see what they do because they had a lot of different episodes that plant a lot of Easter eggs and like foreshadowing. Yeah. So I'm really excited to see what happens. Because like I just want to see I want one episode that's like all the like Jason Todd stuff coming back. Like it just
Mm-hmm.
like everyone freaks out. Like, okay, how are we gonna handle this?
Yeah.
But
Also,
man,
at the very, very end of the show, we saw Lobo's hand like turn into a weird baby thing. Like, okay, sure. So like, Lobo might still be around, or that might have just been a weird joke thing at the end.
oh yeah.
Probably more, at least some more apocalypse stuff. I think Deathstroke is
Wasn't
still
there
planning stuff.
yeah? Wasn't there like a Legion of Superheroes ring or something like that at the end of one of the? I don't remember what episode it was, but I
Maybe.
think it was the one with the. I think it was the one with all the like the kids and like the nuclear option episode with Ocean Master across the street from like
Yes.
some kind of birthday party or
Yeah,
something.
and then he died.
And I think one either that episode or like the last episode, somebody had I think it was a Legion superhero ring. It was like a
Okay.
thing with the L on. Maybe it's just a Justice League ring. Maybe I'm just wrong, but
But
I'm
it
pretty
could
sure that's what
be
it was.
Starboy coming from the future or whatever. Like, yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Like,
Like that's why I love this show so much, because just the way the world is set up, literally anything from DC Comics could happen. Like it's set,
yeah,
like it is set pretty far in the in in like the future of the DC universe in general. It's set pretty far in the timeline, but if there isn't a named event that has happened yet, that named event can happen or happen again or like whatever. Like people can come from the future, apocalypse stuff can happen, doomsday could show up. Like who knows?
oh man, yeah. I don't think they haven't had Doomsday yet, have we?
No, I don't think so.
I think yeah. Well, yeah.
He hasn't.
Yeah, I guess so.
They
Yeah,
haven't even mentioned him yet. So
yeah. That's still there's so many that are still up for grabs.
yeah,
There's so much.
they could like
Yeah,
rebuild.
that's
They could
not like
rebuild
the
a
show.
Mesa if they wanted to. That like Starro was
Yeah.
mentioned, but they didn't actually do anything
Oh
with
yeah,
that.
that's
Like
right.
they got options.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I love all this stuff. I also like how like Green Lanterns in this show. Like they like acknowledge they have multiple Green Lanterns and
Yeah.
use them
We know that
more than
two are on
just
the
like
council. We know that Guy Gardner is still kicking around. I think there's one other who's also showed up every now and again. Like,
I don't know if we've seen Kyle Rayner or Jessica Cruz yet, but still,
no,
like
but
they're probably they could just show up. Like
yeah, like Jessica Cruz
at
could
the
just
start of the next
like
season.
after the jump cut at the beginning of next season, she could just be on the team. Like, yeah, sure.
Right, yeah, and that's what I kind of like about that because it's like it's not annoying where it's like, oh man, where is everybody? It's kind of like, okay, now we're just like it's like minor characters, but it still fills out the universe. Like it's like kind of like Justice League Unlimited, but like a slower progression. And I like that.
Yeah, and I love a show where they are so confident the watcher understands the source material or understands just the way the show works. They're like, yeah, this the time skip happened. Jason, we've been through two Robins since then. Like you get it. Like you know what
Like you,
happened to
yeah, you
Oracle.
know what's going on. Like,
They just like he's talking to Babs. Like Oracle is Oracle now. Like yeah, like you don't need that explained.
killing
You
joke
don't
already happened. We don't need to. Yeah,
you
like
don't
that's so
need
wild.
a scene between Dick and Barbara of him being like, you haven't been the same since Joker shot you. Like we don't need that. Like
Yeah, like it's happened. Like we,
Yeah.
yeah,
I appreciate that.
there's, yeah, it makes and it just yeah, it makes you feel smart like as a comic book fan, even though it's like yeah, obviously you know what happens, but it's still like oh, this is after this happened, so the aftermath of that and all that stuff, and like I don't know, it's just cool. It's just really good. Like I guess it's just like the work like it's DC, so like it's already been built, but like just expanding what
Yeah.
they can because you know they can.
Yeah, again, and I appreciate that. So even if you
Right?
weren't super hot on season 3, there is so much potential in season 4 that like I'm ready for it. Yeah, I want more.
Yeah. And I like how season 4 was greenlit like a while back, like with season 3 still going, because it was like
yeah, I think
okay.
it was
So,
greenlit with it like during the break between the first and second half of
Yeah.
season 3.
yeah, so that's great, and that's like yes, we can open this up, have more going into it, and that's honestly probably why they had that break because they didn't know if it would be greenlit. So they're like, okay, well, if this is like the end, we can put this way, but if this
Yeah.
is just kind of the stepping stone, we can maybe divert here and then work our way up here, which I feel like that might be what they might be doing. So
Yeah.
that's we can move up to dark side and
Oh, well, there's also Cause I know we got a hint of this, but they also I have a feeling the Suicide Squad is gonna be at least like one episode major thing in next season.
That is right. I totally forgot about that. That's right. Yeah.
Who was on it? Was it Garide, Deadshot, and Boomerang? Maybe.
It was like Black Manta, Boomerang. I think it was maybe either Garide. I think it was Mishramala, actually.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Mala,
One of the
right.
big apes.
Yeah.
And so and that's pretty cool because like at that point, I don't think we've ever have we even had any Amanda Waller in this universe yet?
She was the warden at Bell Rev.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, when Superboy and
Right.
Miss Martian snuck in.
Right, that was like season 1. That's so cool. It's like stuff's going full circle. That's right.
Yeah.
So this was
she got fired because the
Suicide
Riddler escaped. I love that.
Riddler.
Yeah,
So
Suicide Squad stuff could be a bigger deal because Aquaboy like tried to say like if you keep doing this, we'll shut you down. She's like, do what? What am I doing? So Aquaboy like
he's like oh, I mean, yeah. And I love how many intimidating villains they have. Because like in this show, Vandal Savage just got like a huge upgrade. Lex Luthor is intimidating as ever. Amanda Waller's super intimidating, and like everyone's like the bad guys are really cool. Like just everyone in the show is really written well. I really like it, and I'm excited to go on forward. Like let's see what happens.
I kind of hope in season 4 they don't focus as much on the outsiders since they had a whole season. Like they can still their characters can still be around, but no. I kind of either want new characters or to go back at least to focus more on the original team a little more if possible.
Yeah. Which
I'm done with Beast Boy. I'm done with him. He was just a sad boy the whole time. I don't know.
And that's kind of one of the like critiques I hear a lot of people saying about the show. It's like as the seasons go on, the characters you've liked kind of get less and less screen time because like we saw in season 2, although like I think Nightwing had like one fight scene in season 2, and like a lot of the characters kind of faded out. And this season, it's kind of since they're older, they seem more like behind the scenes kind of stuff, which is cool to see with like reveals and who's in charge and stuff like that. But I feel like a lot of the main themes are focused around Brion and Tara, which I think it was cool with Tara being Tara kind of was kind of cool, but we'll see how that goes and like whether that means anything.
Did that storyline finish? Is she still with Deathstroke or is she still
No, well, the whole Judas contract thing was playing out, but it kind of just was like, wait, don't do it. And then she didn't do it. And it was kind of like, I think there might have been a subversion because that's like the most popular Teen Titans like story arc, but like I feel like that could have been saved maybe. Like I think, or like that probably could have been saved a little bit. But again, I think it was because everyone was expecting it because everyone knows Tara. That's just Tara's character. I mean, she's Judas. Like that's how it is. But I still think it was okay, and I think it'll be interesting to see her get redeemed. But yeah, I kind of wanted to focus on maybe some new people, but also maybe the older people. Or honestly, I kind of just want more episodes with like, how like Batman and like Robin had his own team with like spoiler Arrowette and I forgot who the other person was. Orphan, yeah. Which I am really surprised Orphan's like actually like in anything because like you rarely see her in anything.
Especially like Cassandra Cain, the fact that they already brought her in, I think she's like the third Batgirl. The fact that she's already orphan when Damien's a baby seems a little weird. I don't know. Yeah,
I guess I kind of just wanted to like increase the rogues of like minor, which I do appreciate that having all the minor characters back there. But at this point, but it's also kind of cool because it's like, well, like. Again, Cassandra Cain like had like almost no exposure. I think wasn't she in the Harley Quinn movie? But kind like not really.
Technically.
Yeah, like they used the name but not the character basically.
The character name Cassandra was in it. Yeah.
Right, but it's like this is the first time
they should have used a different character.
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But it's interesting because like Yeah, I mean, other than like comic books, I can't think of really anything that I've seen Cassandra Cain in. So
No,
like,
that's
this
cool.
is really good. And like, Batwoman's already. I think Batwoman's already in Young Justice. Also, we saw
I
her.
think
Like, she didn't
I think
have
we
any
saw her
lines,
for
but
a
like
second. Yeah.
yeah, she like quit the Justice League also, which is cool. So
Mm,
like, Batman's got like pretty much his whole rogues gallery, pretty much top to bottom at this point,
yeah,
almost, which
and
is
especially
crazy.
if Red Hood does kick around next season, I
Right.
want to see how that affects Nightwing and Co.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see all that, and like that's. I'm very excited. I'm a little. I'm a little surprised. I know we already have Superboy. I'm kind of surprised there's no Supergirl though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, there's not. Weird.
Right? Because I feel like that would have been a huge subplot if like there was a Supergirl, and then it, like they could have done like the weird love triangle thing with Miss Martian and Supergirl, and you like her because she's from good, like not that we really care about the love triangle, but like just to, like that would exist,
Yeah,
like that would make sense to
we
me.
haven't had any Brainiac either, so
Oh,
like the
this is
like city thing
true.
that he shrunk down could be involved with if
This
Brainiac
is
ever showed up.
true. This is true. See, that's what like. There's so many big bad because this universe is so expansive. There's so much potential. You could do anything. Because like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the apocalypse story is still where we're headed, but like, yeah, I mean, like you said, Brainiac, Starro. I mean, who knows what else is like? I mean, there's anything out there.
Yeah,
Like, you just pick something. But yeah, I think
yeah.
it's really cool that there's just so much potential with all these characters, and like,
Mm-hmm.
you can really do anything. And this is a good show.
Oh yeah, I think that's planned to come out sometime next year. I still have
Hmm.
DC Universe, so I'll have it.
There it is.
Yeah.
I'm a
Um,
pirate, so
yeah.
I apologize.
I don't want to get into it right now. I think I'm going to save this bit for like a whole segment for a different podcast. But if you ever end up getting DC Universe, or I think it might also technically be watchable through HBO Max or whatever, watch the Harley Quinn cartoon. It is very good. I'm not going to go into like
Oh
details.
yeah,
The
no,
Harley Quinn
yeah,
show is very good.
it is very
Have you
funny.
seen it?
I've seen a couple episodes. I haven't seen it all the way through. I've seen some of the beginning, some of the middle, and like the most recent end.
Okay.
But like,
Okay.
it's it's funny.
It's
Like
very good. Yeah.
I've laughed at that more times than I have liked it. And it's characters I didn't think I would enjoy that I enjoy a lot of.
Yeah.
Like I think King Shark is really good. I think
Mhm.
like I don't know. I
Bane,
just
I thought would get annoying, but he's hilarious.
right.
I, like, I don't want to get. I think I'm going to save this for next week, but
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
or at least for a week, but not as much stuff to talk about. But just know that if you have DC Universe and just need something else to watch, Harley Quinn is that show. Like
That
there's
show.
a
Yeah,
lot of
I was
language, a lot
wrong.
of
I'll
violence,
admit.
but if you get past that, it's fantastic. Anyway,
Yeah. Like
moving on to video game stuff.
nice.
So, for the past like year, people have been freaking out over the fact there hasn't been a real Nintendo Direct. We still hasn't been, but we kind of got a pseudo Nintendo Direct just kind of broken up into pieces because a couple weeks ago we got Pikmin 3 Deluxe announced for Switch. And also, the big rumor of the past probably 3 or 4 months has been that there's going to be this Mario 35th Anniversary 3D All Stars game coming with Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy all packaged into one.
Whoa.
And they finally announced it. And it's coming this Friday. So that's cool.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Don't get
Wait,
too
y'all
excited.
didn't even, wait.
Yes,
Sorry,
it is
sorry.
Super Mario. It's Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy all in one package for $60 coming September 18th. The in classic Nintendo fashion, they can't just release this good thing to the public and have it just be normal. It's the 35th anniversary of Mario stuff. So they have decided that the physical copies of this game will be a more limited time thing. Probably once they sell out, they sell out. But you can still get it digitally. Like that's fine. Like it's a collector's item, but it's still on the eShop for people to get. On March 31st, or after March 31st, the digital version of this game will no longer be purchasable.
Why would they do that?
This thing that will make them so much money for $60 for these 3 games everyone loves. They're just make sure, yeah, you can't buy it anymore after March.
Wait. So if you buy it before then, you still keep it after,
yeah, you can
right?
still keep it. And you probably still re-download it if you get a new Switch or whatever. But new purchases of this game can no longer happen.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't understand that. I don't know why games do that in general. Because it's like, oh, we don't want, like, because PlayStation does that too. It's like, oh, we don't want this on the PlayStation Store. It's like, really, you're conserving space for the PlayStation Store? Really? Like, come on, guys. Like, no, just leave it up there.
Yeah, I don't know. I would understand completely the whole limited run box copy, because that seems more like a limited time thing. Like, after the 35th anniversary is over, you can't really put that in the box, and it makes sense. You would have to have completely different packaging. With that packaging wouldn't have as much value, so like might as well just have it be a limited run thing. Also, like having limited amounts of the box copy would drive up demand for that, but also after it's done, you go to the store, you don't see it, you're like, oh, well, I guess I'll just get it on the eShop, and that drives traffic to the eShop, and when you're on the eShop, you might see that, and then it'll push you for other Mario or other just stuff that's on the eShop, and then you go from there. It's a pretty good tactic. But for people who get their Switch after March, they'll never have a chance to buy these 3 classic games unless Nintendo decides to sell them piecemeal on the eShop, each for $20. Which is probably going to happen.
Okay, so that, and I was going to say, there's a reason they're doing. There's the reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Secret hidden agenda. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, this whole game does sound awesome, and like, yeah, it is available for a while. But it's like the fact that you're taking it off is kind of like, but why though?
Why? You can make so much money off of this.
Right?
It's already the limited run box copy of this game is already the second highest selling game on Amazon this year.
Wow.
It's only been it's only been on pre-order for 2 weeks. It's already the second highest selling game.
This year?
Yeah.
Already?
Yep.
Jeez. Was Animal Crossing #1?
It's either Animal Crossing or Call of Duty or something like that. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
But dude, that's sick. But like, Like I see the financial implications, but it's like I feel like that's a little scummy.
Yeah, it is.
like I see your logic, but like, how dare you?
Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. They did a similar thing with the original Mario All Stars on the SNES. Although I think they then re-released that like a couple of months later, so there's a very strong chance they might just kind of re-release this next holiday as another limited time thing and kind of keep going from there. I don't know. They'll get your money somehow. Basically what I'm saying.
They will. They will. They know, and they know it too.
And like, it's stupid because I don't even really like these games. They're fine. I haven't played Sunshine. I've played the other 2, and like I like them. I just don't really want to re-buy them. Or at least I wouldn't think I would, except Mario Galaxy. You know, on the Wii, you had the emote and nunchuck that you shaked and to use all your abilities and stuff. On the Switch version, there's the option of just pressing the Y button to spin. And I'm like, that's so enticing. I hated the Wiimote. I quit that game halfway through because I hated just using the Wiimote. But just pressing the Y button is just so much more convenient.
It's like, I don't even want the game, but because I can play it in a less like ridiculous fashion, I want the game. I mean, for a while they were really trying to make those Wii remotes like essential. Like you had to like spin it around or shake it or whatever. Oh my gosh. I mean, like that's a decent point, but it's like, I mean, do you really want the games that bad?
I don't think so, but like I saw that and I was like, oh, like I almost kind of want it now. Like I don't know.
Like, I'm not buying that. Oh, and this new feature. Ooh. Well, you know.
Plus, like, I mean, they have the soundtrack of all 3 games just right there. Like, I don't know. It's a good package. I wish the box copy came with like a poster or a little, booklet or something, just a little extra, but it doesn't. Whatever.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's at least cool for the people that can get it. That's cool. Now the thing I am very excited about. So back in 2014, do you know anything about the Dynasty Warriors series of games?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well essentially, it's this game where you play as where you like play as samurais or warriors or whatever, and the main gameplay is there's just this huge open field, and you go to like different checkpoints on the field or like different territory and like fend off hundreds of enemies. It's just like enemies you can like take out with like one or two swings, and it's awesome.
That does sound
It can get a little boring, but like until then it's awesome. Like there's many bosses that you have to like stun and then take out, and like bosses that you like. It's great. In 2014, the people that made or Nintendo partnered with the people that made the Dynasty Warriors franchise to make a Legend of Zelda version of it called Hyrule Warriors, where the story was essentially it was like some timey-wimey mumbo-jumbo happening, like the three main timelines of Zelda kind of like collided together, and you can play as different characters from all the different eras of Zelda, and it was great. So that game was fun, and it got ported to Switch in 2014. Now, it was announced last week, I think, that game is getting a sequel, kind of,
Ooh.
called Hyrule Warriors: The Age of Calamity.
Ooh.
And the reason why this is especially cool is because this game is a prequel to Breath of the Wild.
Oh.
Yeah.
Intrigued. I was like,
This
okay.
game, like the thing that everyone wants more of. Like you got piecemeal information of what happened 100 years ago in Breath of the Wild. The story itself isn't really that satisfying, but like the gameplay is fantastic. But everyone, their mother was like, this game would be literally perfect if the story was slightly better. And like this Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity lets you play out the story that happened 100 years ago.
Ooh.
And like that's awesome. Because the way it's told to you, essentially told to you as in like in song form in Breath of the Wild, where it's this big like ballad of this great war that happened of like all the different kingdoms coming together to try to take out Ganon and his army. So a game where you command an army as Zelda, Link, and Co. against a giant army of Ganondorf minions and stuff. Yeah, that's great.
I was like, go get him.
I didn't know how much I wanted that until it was announced. Like, yeah, I really want that. Like, I never got tired of playing Hyrule Warriors until like the post game stuff, where I was just playing like the same levels over again to get high scores and stuff. Then I kind of fell off of it, but up until then, I had a blast playing it. I thought the story was fine enough, but with this game actually being canon and taking place in a time period where I really want to explore, yeah, coming out this November, I'm getting it for sure.
That's a smart strategy. It's like, okay, everyone loves this game.
Mm-hmm.
How can we benefit off of this? Well, we can make this about the board. It's like, yes. Do that.
Yeah, plus but that builds up hype for Breath of the Wild 2 that's probably coming out next year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the smart thing to do. That keeps Zelda winning. Like,
Mm-hmm.
It's like, now will it be like? So the story's already been like released for the prequel.
Kind of like.
Kind of.
The story was said in Breath of the Wild. The story was kind of fed to you in Breath of the Wild a little bit. Like, essentially, the way the main thing I'm curious about how they'll do it in this Hyrule Warriors game is, at the end of this game, Link is going to go into a coma. The 4 champions are probably going to die, and Zelda is going to have to sacrifice herself to hold off Calamity Ganon's spear for the next 100 years. how are they going to do that and make a compelling story where every character you play dies or whatever? Like,
Okay. Yeah, no, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. They can make that work too, and like
oh, they
having all that extra backstory will probably make you replay Breath of the Wild, and like yeah, like you said, for the sequel, the hype just exponentially increases. Already on top of crazy hype.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I'm very curious how they'll do it. I hope it's actually, I, yeah, I. It's gonna be good. There's nothing else to say about it. I'm just very curious, very excited. I think it's coming out in November. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Here we go. It's just happening. It's gonna be
of course,
great.
there are all those idiots that were on Twitter and YouTube and were like, "This is great, but I much would have rather this be announced in a direct." I'm like, "Who cares? You're getting the information one way or the other."
Like it's coming in like you said, what November?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's coming in 2 months. Like it'll be fine. Like.
And there's some people that are like, this better not be the big holiday title. This looks boring. I'm like, shut up. Hyrule Warriors sold well. Everyone loves Breath of the Wild. This is a canon prequel to that. Like, I don't know. Also, this game, it can be played as easy or as hard as you want. The easiest level, literally, you can just run straight past all the minor enemies and just go to the mini bosses and take them out. Like they barely hit you.
And it's like just for the story.
Yeah, and on the hardest difficulty, even like the random like goblin creatures can take like 4 or 5 hits to take out, and like it can actually be pretty kind of tedious, but also kind of challenging. So
yeah, something for everybody.
Yeah, I'm excited. So. This past week, through a leak, so we've all known for the past year or so that the Xbox Series X is going to be released this holiday. But there's also been rumors that there's also going to be an all-digital Series S. But Microsoft has been kind of coy about whether or not that's actually a real thing. And in a leak, some guy on Twitter just had the full release, like reveal video ready, just posted on his Twitter, like, here you go. And it was like, oh, that's real. And then Microsoft was like, yeah, that's real. You're going to announce that tomorrow, but sure, whatever.
Like, no point in hiding it any longer.
Series S is real. It's going to be $299, and the Xbox Series X is coming out on November 10th, or $499. Which,
interesting.
I think, considering just how powerful the system is, that's a pretty competitive price. And the Series S being a little smaller, a little less powerful, and being all digital for $299, that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I bet. Has the PS5, the PS5 price still hasn't been officially released?
There's going to be an event this Thursday, I think.
Okay.
They might reveal the price there. I don't know.
Probably not. They were probably waiting just to see Xbox's hand, and they're probably like, okay, what do we have to do?
The announcement was the announcement of this event was announced conveniently soon after this leak happened. It was like this leak happened on Thursday, and this event was announced on Saturday. Like. They've had this ready for like 3 months.
They're not even trying to hide it. Like they've had it, and then they're like, okay, let's adjust it based on what there is. They get what we're expecting.
They just need to Photoshop like the $6.99 to a $4.99. You're good or whatever.
There you go. Yeah. Because I'll tell you right now, if it's too expensive, like people probably aren't gonna get it off the bat, especially nowadays. But
I feel like. There's no possible way the PS5 is going to be any less than $499. The digital one could be $399. But I feel like if they make it $299, like the Series S is, they'll be losing money on every system. They just can't do it.
Yeah, probably. And my thing is like, do you think people are going to buy like the digital? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing, but I don't feel comfortable just having digital. Like
so. For the PlayStation one, I think it'll be less enticing, especially since they are touting backwards compatibility again, but not for the digital one.
Exactly.
For the Series S, I think the way Microsoft has essentially been building everything they've been doing for the past 3 or 4 years has been building to this moment where it is perfectly reasonable to have an all digital version of their system be a little less powerful and diskless and whatnot because of Xbox Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a Series S for $299, buy a year of Xbox Live Gold, or buy a month of Xbox Live Gold and what's it called? Game Pass for $20, and you can get the entire catalog. You can get every single first party and most third party games basically for free if you just pay $20 a month.
Yeah.
They might not look as pretty as the Series X version, but they're $20 for every single game. And they said every single first party game will also go to Game Pass.
Yeah, that's why don't I need one of those? Like everyone's got their things that are cool. It's like, oh yeah, that's cool, but then again, it's like, yeah, but batteries, and it's like
that is true.
Which again, it's such a stupid argument, but it's so true. Like I don't know, like for some reason, because like I'm just like, no, I can't do that. But, like,
that is the one thing that would kind of make me not want to get an Xbox, but like. Yeah, I know that just like $299 is like if someone's at a store and they don't know what system they want. Let's assume that the all digital PS4 is $399. I feel it's gonna be $399. They don't really care about physical media. They're gonna be all digital anyway. So they see that for $399, the Xbox Series S for $299, and the Switch for $299. But like. And even if you wanted to bring in the Switch Lite for $199, this person isn't a handheld gamer, so those are the three options. Like, well, I could get the Switch and play all these great first-party games. I like PlayStation's first-party games, but Ratchet and Clank and Horizon aren't coming out for another year. The Xbox, just for $20 a month, I could get the entire back catalog of Xbox One games, a lot of 360 games as well, several new releases as well. Like EA Play is either going to be free with a slightly extra cost on there. Like it just that just makes sense to me.
Yeah, and it does because like. Yeah, you get access to basically any game you would probably play anyway, all wrapped together in a bow for $20 a month.
Yeah,
like, yeah,
and like it won't look as pretty, but it's still good enough. It's still gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be like quite 4K, but it's still gonna look plenty beautiful. It'll be fine.
It's like it's like having Netflix versus just like buying a wall of DVDs. Kind of. Yeah. It's like I can just whatever I want. Like.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like, unfortunately, the internet I have here isn't really primed for streaming anything.
Yeah, same.
If it were, maybe. I don't know. Maybe get it. So, yeah, that's officially releasing November 10th. I have a feeling that the PlayStation event they're gonna announce that the PlayStation 5 is coming November 3rd for the same price. Just because.
Honestly, if they did that for the same price, like it's something stupid, but it would probably be very effective.
Because they did so well this generation, they can afford to eat a loss for the first year or two. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Like not playing to win, but playing for your competitor to lose. It's so evil.
And I have a strong feeling it might just be. Now I have reason for this. I have a strong feeling that even though the PS5 and Series X are going to be releasing in November, I have a strong feeling that the Switch is still going to be at least selling on par with them, even in its fourth year in the market.
Yeah. I mean, because with all these, because again, all these exclusive Nintendo games that are, like, killing it, and also... Like, have you, seen how hard it is to get a Switch over these last couple of months? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. The reports, the video game NPD reports, which is, the American market, came out today. The Switch sold You remember how hard it was? At least you've heard stories of how hard it was to get a Wii back in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
The Switch sold better in this past August than the Wii did in 2009's August. The Switch sold over double what it did this August than the Switch did last August. Over double.
Video games are thriving.
Animal Crossing is
still
Animal Crossing New Horizons is still the fourth highest selling game last month.
Still, it's been out for so long. Everyone's still buying. I feel like people are buying multiple copies.
And like if there's still availability of the Mario 35th anniversary thing going, the Hyrule Warriors are going to push that too. Like all three companies are going to be eating this November. Like they're going to be good.
It's going to be a happy holiday for somebody. Yeah. Especially now, like imagine, like everyone else is like, economies, all this stuff's going on. They're like, dude, our company has record-breaking numbers on the daily. It is unreal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Switch. I mean, 'cause they have no reason to. Because again, it's so interesting because it's like they're exclusive enough to just they can be on their own playing field, but they're also slowly like adapting to adding more mainstream games also. Yeah. So eventually they're kind of gonna just grow and then just suffocate the other two, maybe. I don't know. But
it's just crazy all around how good
it's wild.
Yeah. Just as long as Sony doesn't announce that the PS5 is going to be $599. $499 is the highest they can go. If they go any higher than that, we're getting a PS3 situation all over again, and no, it's not going to be good.
Mm-mm. Yeah, because again, like you said, like PS4 has been so successful. Like everyone's just gonna keep their PS4 if it's too expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like really. I mean, they have a couple of games like, oh yeah, NBA 2K on PS5. Like really? No, like no. I'm not gonna.
I paid $10 extra just to get better sweat physics. Not happening.
Yeah, no, like I know they're Miles Morales, but like even that, it's like I could probably wait on that honestly for but
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, maybe something in this PS5 event. This I think it's this Thursday. Maybe it'll entice you. I don't know.
We'll see. I don't know. I'll check it out, but I still want to know how backwards compatibility is going to work because that's 95% my thought process in purchasing. Because it's like if this isn't legit, forget it.
If it's not every PS4, at least every major PS4 game, why bother? Yeah.
No chance. Yeah.
Yeah. So there is one more big thing that we need to discuss today. So, back in 2010, a Scott Pilgrim versus the World video game was released. And it was released by Ubisoft, I believe, only on the Xbox Store. For some reason, only on the Xbox Store. Then, a couple years later, it was delisted for no reason. You could not buy this game anywhere. There was no physical copies available of it. It was only on Xbox.
It became extinct.
Yep.
I hate that.
So yeah, the Edgar Wright has been constantly harassed about this, even though he had no say in this. He just he was like, yeah, okay, you can do it. Like the guy who made the graphic novel has been hounded about. He was like, I just had creative what's the word creative advisory on this. I didn't even really develop it. I was just whatever. It was apparently it got delisted because some licensing thing between Ubisoft and Universal got messed up, so it had to be taken down. Like Ubisoft kept saying we want to take it back, but there's some issues here. So it's been a big deal. So this past week, Ubisoft had a presentation thing, and during the middle of that, they announced that for its 10th anniversary, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World Complete Edition is coming to all systems.
Sick.
Yep. I was at work. I had just got on break. I looked at my phone, like it was scrolling through Twitter, and like I saw the announcement, and I literally started crying. Like this is like not like soppy, but like just like happy. Like
But
oh my goodness,
yeah,
what really? Like I never got to play this, and like for obvious reasons, and like Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm sure you know that. And this game has been constantly revered as one of the best beat 'em ups of all time. Like you essentially play through the main story, beating up the 7 deadly X's. Sorry, 7 evil X's, like just other enemies throughout, and like each you can play as many different characters, each all having their unique super moves. The complete edition is letting you play as Wallace and Knives. Like yes.
freaking Wallace. Too.
I don't even know how he's gonna fight, but I want it.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, what is he gonna do?
Yeah, it's coming to all systems. So. Yeah,
that's actually awesome. Yeah.
It's not currently said whether or not there's going to be a physical edition. I hope, at least for posterity's sake, just in case they have at least like a limited run version of a physical edition. But just the fact that it is back in some capacity is very exciting, and I'm very happy.
That's awesome, man. It's a good time.
Yeah. Like, the reason why I was so happy about that is because literally after like the initial rush of the whole like Snyder Cut thing being after the initial rush kind of died down, my first thought was, well, if this is possible, literally anything is possible if fans demand it. Maybe Scott Pilgrim can happen. Like, I've literally had dreams over the past couple of months about this happening, and like I just feel like at some point either Nintendo is gonna bring it back, or like one of like or like one of the major studios is gonna like buy the rights and make it or like remake it or something. Like now it's just coming back as good as it was before, and yeah. Like literally anything can happen post Snyder Cut, and so why not?
Dreams are possible, Yeah, I hate when they do that with games, because there was a Legend of Korra game,
right,
a few years back after the series ended, that apparently was on the PlayStation Store. Like it was only digital. They only made copies of it. I don't think it was only digital, and it's like they took it off like 3 years after it came out, and it's gone forever.
Yep.
And it's just like
same with the Transformers one by the same people.
Yes.
Gone.
Yes.
Apparently they're not great,
why?
but I still want to try.
That's what I'm saying. Like I will pay for it. Like I don't care. I just want to see, like because I want to have like an Avatar game or like a Transformers game. Like you know what I'm saying? Like why not? Like
like a Transformers third-person beat 'em up. Give me that. Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously, but no. Like, I don't know. It's weird because I found out about the game like right after it got taken off, and I was like, "Oh, this looks cool. I got a PS4. I can find this." And like I'm watching on YouTube. So like it doesn't look great, but it's like okay, you can like do Avatar, so you can just like cycle through the elements as you want, throw them around, and do stuff, and it looks cool. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll do that." And then, error 404. I'm like,
"Yep,
how dare you?" But tis the world.
Mm-hmm. So, is there anything else you want to bring up or discuss?
Oh, that's just about that's pretty much it. Like, I wanted to talk a little. I don't know. We talk about Avatar all the time. I was just like, I've seen like through Instagram stuff like all these like new developments with Avatar and things people have learned. It's like, and they're like, oh yeah, like this scene actually had this also that didn't think. And I'm like, I've seen this show like 5 times. I've never even thought of that.
Can you give one example that you can think of?
Like, for example, like, how strong would Combustion Man would have been during the comic? Like, bro. Like, that would have been so unfair.
Oh, my.
Right? Like, you don't even think it, like, I've never even thought about that, but it's like, that would have been unreal. Like,
he already has the power to look at you and you blow up. Like,
But like he can look at you and your whole general direction blows up.
Yeah.
That's not even fair.
Mhm.
Like I don't even know how to like it's like stuff like that I'll see all the time and it's just kind of like, dude, this is so crazy. Or it's like, when Iroh's explaining the whole like, the knowledge from different places, like
Mhm.
you don't that circular like symbol is in every element,
Right.
but they also add different things to it and stuff like that. And it's like, oh yeah, I did see that. Or like when Mai betrays Azula and she's like, I love Zuko more than I feel you. Azula's extra mad because she feels like it's kind of like her mother loves Zuko more than her, and like
Right.
Mai's choosing Zuko over, and it's like, oh no, this is happening again. Existential crisis begins. Like, it's
Mhm.
all this extra stuff that like, it's like the better a show is, like you keep looking at it, and the longer you look at it, there's more and more stuff that's just awesome, and it's like
Mhm.
this show's perfect. Like it's I
It's
can't,
it's
dude.
it's pretty perfect.
I'm gushing. I'm sorry. I can't. I
No,
just
that's
it's
fine.
just that's what I'm saying. Like it's just stuff I'll see. I'm just like I didn't even. That's right. Bro, like changes everything. And like I told my brother that, and he was like, "Yo, that is right." And he was like, "Yeah, they would have." He's like. I told him about the combustion man count thing. He was
Mm.
like, honestly, they would have lost. And I was like,
It would have
yeah,
been. Yeah.
probably. Like, I don't even know how to. Like, I don't know. Boomerang is good, but I don't know if it's that
Mhm.
good. Like, oh man. Like, oof.
Yeah.
But
Anything else?
no, that's all I got.
Okay.
Oh,
Sounds good.
actually, well, actually, this is okay. This is kind of stupid, but
Okay,
I
go for it.
saw that the guy, I think Matt Liner, is that it? Matt Liner, the guy who voices Anakin in the Clone Wars.
Mhm.
I forgot I don't know how to say his last name. It's like Liner or something like that.
Yeah.
But he got a dog and named it Ahsoka, which I thought was amazing.
Aw,
And it's like this cute dog too. It's like a really cute dog, and I was just like, I
that's
like
great.
like
That's
I don't
great.
usually right. I don't usually like dogs like celebrity dog poster or whatever. But I was
Mm.
like, this is special to me. I like this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's all I got. Just random
Okay.
stuff I find
Sounds
because the
good.
internet and there's nothing else to do.
It's quarantine. Yeah, you gotta find something.
Oh man, it's like you gotta find stuff you love.
Yeah.
But that's all I got.
Okay, and with that, we'll see you all next time.
Take care, guys.